What a great weekend if you're a horse racing fan. Welcome to Gulfstream today. Ron Nicoletti along with Katie Stazak. We got a spectacular 11-race card this afternoon. And Katie, we got a fantastic carryover in our Rainbow Six, which starts in race number 6 with an 11-race card. Double eights, $88,000 plus in that pool. So the Rainbow Six race number 6, as I said, races 6 through 11. Katie, fast track, firm turf, should be a fun day today.
It should. 8's my lucky number, so I think I'm going to be maybe playing an extra ticket today. But we have a double whammy. We've got a super high 5 carryover as well. Almost $3,400 in the pool there. You know they always bet that when there's a carryover. We had like a 2-day carryover. Was huge the other day with that super high 5. So just adding to the excitement here.
Yep, and let's, before we get into Saturday's card, let's see what's tweeting around the country. And the first one, a buddy of ours, Edgar Zayas, has had a lot of tough luck this year.
He really has, and he's such a great rider. He's injured, fell off in a spill, needed surgery to repair a broken clavicle or a fractured clavicle. His agent, Tito Fuentes, I spoke to him the other day. He said the goal is to come back for the second leg of the Florida Sire Stakes on September 5th, so we're looking forward to see Edgar back.
You know, we were talking about Todd Pletcher. He started off a little slow at Saratoga, but he's caught on fire. And yesterday he had a really nice horse that we know very well, Tennessee, ran down here and ran very well in its debut.
He did. He didn't run as well as some people were hoping. He was really hyped down here. Everyone was talking about Tennessee when he made his debut here, and he ran well, but he was upstaged by a horse that we know is Grand Billy, who went on to recently win the Carryback Stakes here. So he was not disgraced with that loss. He had not run since. He was off for 6 months. He came back at Saratoga, and as expected, he broke his maiden, was impressive. And Todd Pletcher continuing, he leads the trainer standings up there. I said yesterday, sounds like Gulfstream.
Yeah. It'll be fun to watch that. You know, you can watch and wager on Saratoga right here at Gulfstream Park while you bet on our races. Next thing we want to tell you about, you know, today is the permanently disabled jockey fun day around the country. And what are we doing about it? We're going to have a dunk tank here.
We are going to have a dunk tank for $5. You get 3 throws, and you can try to toss one of your favorite jockeys there right into the water. And on a beautiful sunny day like this, I think it's going to feel good. They're going to want to go in that water, and it's going to be a fun day.
Yeah. I mean, you know, throughout the day, different jockeys will go up there, and like we said, if you're here locally, you get the 3 throws for $5. And I'm throwing out a challenge right now. If someone donates $500 to the permanently disabled jockey fund, I will get in the dunk tank. I'll do it for $500. I might even do it for $4. It's for a good cause. You should get involved. So that takes care of all the fun that we have going on today. Let's get right into our 11-race card, Katie. The first race, 1 mile on the turf, claim is 3 and up, $12,500. Full field, 9 runners, no scratches, jockey changes. I went with the number 1, Poco Man. I was surprised to see he was 2-1 on the morning line. Takes a substantial drop to the $12,500 level. First starts since finishing second against $25,000 optional claimers going a mile into 16th on the turf. That was on May 16th. Tyler Gaffney owned rides for trainer Diane Marici, but why the big drop?
Exactly, Ron. I didn't know what to do with this horse. You had to put him somewhere, but I looked at that last race. It was very good. It was against much tougher. Why is he here? That's why I couldn't put him on top, but he is the deserving top selection based on his form. Yeah,
you know, I just went back and I said he you know, I don't know the reason, but he certainly looks like the one to be. But I'm more intrigued with your selection, Big 6 Muser, who's up there at a pretty square, 6-1.
Well, I thought that he kind of fit into this race a little bit better. He's also dropping out of a pair of allowance starts for trainer James McMullen, but he didn't run all that well in them. He's finding a much better spot in here, and the last time he ran for a tag, he scored a decisive victory against $16,000 claimers. That was just 3 starts back on May 29th, but you do have to have Poco Man somewhere on the ticket. You also used Happy to Be Here.
Yeah, Happy to Be Here, stretching out to a mile after Rallington finished 4th. That was in a pair against this caliber. competition that was going 7.5 furlongs. Eddie Castro rides. So a wide open fair in race number 1 this afternoon. Interesting to see how that number 1 Poco Man runs. Race 2 today, 5.5 furlongs, claimers, fillies and mares. They're 3-year-olds and up, $6,250. 8 horses in the field. Once again, no scratches or jockey changes to report. And I think we got the logical horse on top, and that's number 5, Ya Está.
We've got the logical 3 because we are in complete agreement here in this second race. Ya Está is a 4-year-old filly, returned from a 4-month freshening to score a 2.5 length win at this level, albeit it was against condition claimers that day. Was July 12th, earned the highest last out buyer of the field with that effort. Claimed out of that start by trainer Marcial Navarro. He's dangerous enough as it is, claiming horses, let alone one that's coming off a victory, and going to logically step back up to face Open Company again.
Yeah, we threw in 7 Dreamcastle in second, moved to the Antonio Sano Bon Vita claim, responded last time out to a drop with an almost 4-length victory, going 3/4 of a mile, turned back to 5.5. It looks like another positive move for this horse here, that 5.5 furlong distance. So one of those horses I think you got to use on the exacta ticket, along with the number 1, the Royal Boot.
Yeah, this is another recent claim. She was acquired by trainer Tamara Levy after finishing second to Dreamcastle last time out on July 18th. She's in good form. She's finished first or second in 4 of her last 5 starts, and I thought this was a great statistic at this particular 5.5 furlong distance. 5 for 7. That's a great record.
That's a great record. Certainly likes that distance. Race number 3, we're going back to the turf. It's a claimer, fillies and mares, 3 and up. Non-winners of 2 races in life, $12,500. 8 runners in the field. Once again, no scratches or jockey changes in the race. I went with the number 1, LG's Rose, who's dropping to this level after returning from a layoff to hit the board in 1 of 2 recent 5 furlong turf sprints. That was against $16,000 condition claimers. She gets the tepid nod from the rail. I'm not totally enamored with her, but I just thought that little class relief might be enough to get LG's Rose over the top today.
And I like that leading rider Tyler Gaffleone's going to pick up the mount today. He should be able to give her a leg up as well. I went with the 3 Daddy's Reasons, who you also used. This one's from the Michael Petro barn. Broke through with a strong maiden-breaking victory last time out on June 10th. Just her second turf start. Well spotted to face winners for the first time for a trainer that just excels in this situation. Petro, strong win percentages in turf sprints with horses coming off of layoffs of this length and with horses that won last time out.
Yeah, number 5, Woe, was the other horse I used in here. He's going to try and make it 2 in a row. This one broke from post 10 last time out. He went up and set the pace throughout and held on to break her maiden by a head. And trainer Antonio Sano, talking about a barn that's really been lighting up. It's Antonio Sano. So I just threw this one on the ticket, but I think the 1 and the 3 might be the right horses in there. But you split it with the number 7 here, A Woman with Pants.
I love that name. I don't know why. And I've always liked this horse. She's coming off a breakthrough first victory. Posted the highest last out buyer of the field when breaking her maiden on June 30th by almost 2 lengths. Harry Hernandez picks up the mount today. I like that as well.
Well, let's go to race number 4, 5.5 furlongs. He's a maiden claimers, fillies, 2-year-olds, $25,000. A horse scratched is number 8, Rhea Soup. I don't know what that means, but that is the name of the horse. And we both have the number 7, Ocala Spirit, on top of our ticket. So let's go back and watch, show your performance for this horse back on June 25th.
No soup for you today, Ron.
Exactly.
So let's take a look back. This is from June 25th. This is Ocala Spirit. Makes a nice 5-wide rally. Just misses the win by a neck. This is at the $35,000 maiden claiming level. I thought this was a nice run. Kind of gets up right here and is only bested by the horse along the rail, which I don't even know if she saw until late. Just a nice effort, I thought. Doesn't need to improve all that much to get her first win today.
Yeah, I went with the number 5, who you have in third and second, R. Quick Tempers. Another one like the 7, dropping and stretching out after showing early interest and fading. That was in her $35,000 career debut. That was going 4.5 furlongs. What I liked about this horse, the recent half-mile workout in the slop over Crosstown at Gulfstream Park West in 49-1, I think indicates this horse is going to have improved performance today. Albeit the work was on a sloppy track, I just think shows she's got a positive positive step forward.
I like her, and I really liked actually what she did first time out. She encountered a bit of trouble. She got bumped around at the top of the stretch, and I think that might have been discouraging for her, and she just retreated. I think with a better trip, she is definitely one to figure today. I also threw in the one Aroma Blue. This is a daughter of Sydney's Candy. Gonna debut, like you mentioned, for the Red Hot Antonio Sano barn. 9 published works and a really consistent work tab since late May. And this one's going to be ridden today by Amicio Yaramilo. He's going to be riding his first races at Gulfstream today. He's a champion jockey from Venezuela, multiple Grade 1 stakes winning jockey, considered to be the best race riding jockey in Venezuela. So welcome to him here to Gulfstream, and we'll see if he can come and get a few wins today.
Maybe he'll win his first race ever at Gulfstream Park West. Race 5, 1 mile and 1/60th on the turf. Maiden Claimants, fillies and mares, 3 and up, $12,500. Full field of 12 runners. You heard it here first. No scratches or jockey changes. I went with the number 9, Dee's Causeway. I'll start there. A good second at this distance. It was back on June 19, stretching out after setting a pressured pace last time out and finishing third against similar, going 7.5 furlongs. And I think she's going to be prominently placed throughout, so I put her on top of my ticket. You had her in second, but you did go with the number 3 in here, and 5-1 on the line.
Yeah, throw out her last race. She clearly did not like the slop last time out. That's double Nas Baby. Her turf start was taken off the grass. Prior to that, she was running okay races. They were against much tougher at the $20, $30, $50,000 maiden claiming level, as well as a maiden special weight. I think she should move forward with this class relief today.
Yeah, I also used number 10, Buff Jet, and I wonder if it's named after Joan Jett, who's certainly buff. If you ever seen her perform there, she was just on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She was just inducted a little while ago, and boy, is she buff. So I'm guessing that's what they named this horse after, but I could be totally wrong. Dropping to the $12,500 level, stretching out today to 1 mile and 16 after hitting the board in one of 2 recent turf outings against $16,000 maidens going to 7.5 furlongs.
We also both used Blue Sapphire. This one was only beaten a half length at this level and distance 2 starts back, was 4th behind Dee's Causeway that we mentioned last time out. Again, Harry Hernandez picking up the mount, and I think can help move this one forward.
Well, the Rainbow Six starts in race number 6 today. We mentioned $88,000 plus in the pool, and we're going to start it off with a 5 furlong a maiden special weight event. Fillies 2-year-olds. We have 8 runners going to be in the field with no scratches to report in here, and we both went with number 8, and that is Enterprising Lady, who's a daughter of First Dude.
She's from the Ralph Nix barn, going to have Tyler Gaffleone. Don't need to say much more than that. This team has been on fire with their first-time starters. This is a daughter of First Dude. Young sire, 2 for 13, 15% with his first-time starters, and an unraced Bob and John mare named Sassy Harper. This is also her first foal to start. Some strong times and 5 breezes under her belt. Just hard to go against the barn.
Yeah, I did a little more research on how Ralph does with 2-year-old first-time starters, not just first-time starters in general. He's 28 starts, 8 wins, 7 seconds, and 4 thirds for a 29% win average with those 2-year-olds. So on those statistics, pretty hard not to have him on top. I went with the 6, Catch That Cat, in second, who's a daughter of the Street Cat, debuting for Peter Walder. 12 morning workout showing, $40,000 Keeneland purchase. Also, like Peter Walder, he's only had 1 previous 2-year-old first-time starter that did not win, so he's not really his game.
Exactly. I was just going to say this is just the second 2-year-old starter for the Walder barn, but he does well with everything else, like the pedigree being out of Discreet Cat and a Smart Strike mare. I also threw in the 3, First Phoebe. This is another First Dude filly. She was well beaten first time out after getting caught very wide in what was a very competitive contest. There were some nice fillies in that race. That one ended up being won from another Ralph Nix first-time starter in Dancy. But I think she finds a much better spot here for Daniel Pita. And she's a half to multiple stakes winner in Stonier, who earned more than $350,000.
Well, let's go to race number 7. Those 2-year-old races, especially maiden races, you want to try and go a little deep in there when you're putting your Rainbow Six ticket together. And as we know, each and every day, the race after the Rainbow Six starts our Pick 5, which the final 5 races on the card, a 50-cent wager. This one is 7.5 furlongs, turf, maiden special weight, 3-year-olds, miles and upward. We have 10 runners in the field. We got a theme going on here. No scratches or jockey changes to report. Want to go back and show you the performance of the horse that we both have on top of our ticket. That's Novak, and this was back a while ago, back in December.
This was a while ago, but this is the last time we saw him on the grass. That's the 3, Novak, and he runs a pretty nice race here. He's going to finish third, but he's going to finish third behind 2 pretty nice horses in Smokin' Kitten and Call Me Crazy. Both are graded stakes competing horses. So Novak going to break his maiden here today, and he's run with some pretty nice company. Again, going to be returning to the grass. He's making his second start back off more than a 5-month layoff for trainer Ralph Nix.
Well, you know, the morning line favorite in here is the number 4, Arch in the Park, who showed promise on the turf before the layoff, is cutting back today to 7.5 furlongs. First start since suppressing the pace and weakening to finish 5th against maiden special weight competition. That was going a mile and a 16th back on May 2nd. Mike Trombetta has the son of Arch working really nicely for the return to action. He is the morning line favorite. I mean, the one kept good company, but is coming off a layoff, so I think you got to also use the number 4, Arch in the Park. You went with the 5 in the third, and that's Starship Apache.
Another layoff is a bit of a theme, making his second start back from an 8-month freshening today for trainer Steve Dwalskin, also returning to the turf. So I think he could pick up a piece of this, but I really like the top 2.
Yeah, we'll see how that race plays out this afternoon. We're going to go to our 8th and feature race of the afternoon, 7 furlongs, 3-year-olds and up, $75,000, 7 runners in the field. And we want to go back and show you the performance of a couple of horses that are going to run today, and that was in the Grade 2 Smile Sprint Handicap.
And this was a big race, and we're going to see 3 horses coming out of this race here, and this is Falling Sky. Take a look at him break through the gate here before the Smile.
I hate when that happens. Horses usually don't run.
Exactly, and he didn't. Right. And then take a look at Grand Shores, another top horse. He breaks slowly in the Smile, and he has trouble at the gate. So this gate did not work out well at the start for 2 top horses. Grand Shores, I thought, ran so well considering he was taken off his speed game. He continues to run on, down on the rail behind top horses, and he finishes 4th in the Smile. Trainer Stanley Gold said that he came out of this race just guns a-blazing, and he needed to find another spot for him. That race broke a streak of 15 straight first or second place finishes for Grand Shores. I love that he draws the outside today, and he is working lights out. The bullet of 62 workers here on the 25th went 47-3.
Well, let's move along to number 1. City of Weston, who I have in second, is stretching out to one of his better distances today. 6 starts, 3 wins and 2/3 after sitting 12 lengths back early and finishing 6th. That was that day in that speed favoring aforementioned Grade 2 Smile Sprint Handicap. You had to be up on the lead when you're running in those races. So I'm throwing City of Weston in there. But you did go with Falling Sky, who fell out of the gate last time.
Yeah, this is going to be a second start off more than a year-long layoff and just a second start for the Wolfson Barn. He was previously 3rd in the Grade 1 Vanderbilt up at Saratoga, which coincidentally is being run today.
Well, let's go to the 9th race. 5 furlongs on the turf, maiden special weight. 2-year-olds, we're going to scratch the 10, the 11, and the 13. Please note the number 12 will get in the race and be ridden today by Luis Figueroa, and I went with the number 5, Dawn Patrol, who's the son of First Dude, making his career debut on the turf with a slew of bullet workouts showing. I talked to Ron Gaffney, said this is the fastest horse he had a little while. He's in a long while, 12-1 on the morning line. I'm taking a shot. I'm going to go with those words, see if this 12-1 shot can upset the apple cart first asking.
That is fantastic value. I'm going to go with a little bit more of the short price and Mo Knows from the Wesley Ward Barn. Didn't fire in her career debut, but she's going to try the turf today. A daughter of Uncle Mo. He's won with just, one of his 3 turf starters, a very small sample. Ward excels with the first-time turf, and I found it interesting that this one actually worked on the grass before her career debut, right, which was on the dirt. So I'm thinking she's going to like this.
Yeah, Wesley does that a lot with his horses, works them on the turf if he can. If he's up at Palm Meadows, he gets a chance. He does that a lot. We both use the 4 Titanium Hard, bred on both sides of the family tree to love the grass. He's a son of Tail of the Cat out of the Arch mare Archstone. He's working at a steady clip for trainer Juan Rodriguez. Rodriguez. Miguel Vasquez will be in the saddle. We're going to flip the page and go to race number 10 today. 6 furlongs, allowance optional claimer, 3-year-olds and up, $16,000. Scratch the 3, Diabolical IPA. Also scratch the 9, Chief Envoy. And we're going to go back and show you a horse I did not use on my ticket, and Katie's got right up there, and that is the son of a Derby winner.
Well, I'm hoping he can run like he did 2 starts back. This was when he broke his maiden. He was so impressive. No trouble here, an 8 3/4 length winner. He took a big step up and ran in the Grade 3 Carryback Stakes last time out on Summit Speed Day, and he did not fire. I think he's going to really love the return to the allowance ranks.
Yeah, I went with the 7 Hector's Pride. He's turning back to 6 furlongs after a sharp second in a swiftly run outing versus this caliber competition. Going 7/8 of a mile, Hector's Pride, who Katie also has on the ticket. And then I used the number 6, who we have, Shining Powers. Another turning back to 3/4 of a mile. Posted his third consecutive victory when he defeated this caliber competition. That was, going 7 furlongs back on May 30th. Gustavo Delgado, another guy that's on fire, 22% with that type of layoff.
Yeah, and this one has run fresh consistently throughout his career. Really like the amount of spacing between the races.
So, 10th race there, which kicks off our late daily double. Our final race on the card today, 6 furlongs, maiden claimers, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, $10,000. Scratch number 2, Drifter's Escape. And note the jockey on the number 8 horse will be Pedro Monterrey Jr. I went with the number 9, Breezy Song, but you went with the inside horse in here, and that's number 1, who might come up rosy.
Yeah, you used her too. She finished a strong second at this level and distance last time out for trainer Jessica Campitelli, and she's really run well in each of her last 2 starts since making the surface switch to the dirt. We also both used Starship Kahlua.
Yeah, Starship Kahlua is another try on the main track after returning from a 13-month layoff to finish 5th against $12,500 maidens, going 5.5 furlongs. But the horse I put on top of my ticket was the 9, and it's Breezy Song, who's dropping back to the $10,000 level on the dirt after finishing 3rd in back-to-back turf races against $12,500 maidens going 5/8 of a mile. Stanley Gold is the trainer. Tyler Gaffleone handling the surface switch. Don't know really what to expect with this horse, going from there, but I just respect the connection both so much, the trainer and the jockey, that I threw this one on top of the ticket. But I can understand number 1 came up rosy being on the top of everybody's ticket here to kick off the Super High 5.
Yeah, we got another big field here of 10 in the Super High 5 and another very competitive wide open race.
Yeah, the whole card today is pretty tough to handle, so we'll see how this thing works out. Once again, the permanently disabled jockey fund. This is their day around the country. We're going to have the dunk tank here a little later on throughout the afternoon. It should be a fun day.
Yeah, and I'm going to be lobbying to see if we can get a $500 donation to get Ron in that dunk tank because he is such a great sport. But we need the fundraising to make it happen, so let's do it. It's a great cause.
Good luck, everybody.